with the Srimad Bhagavatam, and we had completed chapter 2 last time. If you remember, in the last chapter it was mentioned that how the individual yogi who is a devotee of Sri Krishna has to first overcome all his senses. That was step 1. Step 2 was to overcome his mind and intellect as well. Then he is supposed to move inwards. Then he has got 3 choices. The first choice is to be lost in the Parabrahma, completely get dissolved in it. Second one was he could travel in this space. That means he could visit any planets that he felt like. That is what, maybe he wants to visit the Rishi Loka or those kind of, where the sages and the saints are there, so he can visit that place. And then the third one, which we were actually interested in, is a person who is completely lost in Sri Krishna. So he's a devotee, he has given up everything, his identity, his ego is completely dissolved, he is got into the Mahatattva, and then he is merged in Sri Krishna. This is what we learned in the last chapter. So how to merge in Sri Krishna was discussed last time. Today we are going to talk about something really very unique. Every human being has a desire. The desires are so many, they are material worldly desires. Each desire needs a certain amount of fulfillment. That means, suppose you are asking for something, you need that desire to be fulfilled. And who can fulfill it? So today we are going to learn who are these gods that can fulfill the desires. And in all this, where does Sri Krishna come? Where does this supreme divine consciousness, as we call him, the ultimate entity, where does he come? We are going to understand this. So we are starting today chapter 3 from Canto 2 of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, chapter 3, verse 1. Sukadev said, Maharaj Parikshit, as you have inquired of me as a duty of an intelligent man who is on the threshold of death, so I have answered you. So whatever that Parikshit had asked Sukadev, if you recollect, he had asked, what is a person who is about to die supposed to do? And in the last entire chapters, 2 chapters, we had learnt that this particular individual is supposed to go in a certain direction. Until the last chapter, we had covered most of the subject. Now, Sukadev is saying, whatever that you had asked me, all this has been answered. Now, even in my satsangs, I have answered all this till the last satsang. Today we are going to do something which is really very unique. Because the whole world is desired. It is full of desires, all kinds of desires. See, today if you have to say that I don't have any desire is a wrong thing. Because either you are looking for a job, you are looking for money, you are looking for marriage, for children, for promotions, for money, anything in the world. You could be even seeking good ranks in your examinations, good position in the society. You could be asking for anything. Now all these have a specific person in charge. See, even in your life, those who are working in some organization know very well that if it is an HR matter, you have to go to the HR person only, correct? If it is a matter relating to accounts, you go to the accounts person. In a similar manner, think on these lines that if I have a matter related to education, knowledge and all, whom can I go to? I cannot go to any god anywhere, isn't it? Think about it. Saraswati is the goddess concerned And Ma Saraswati is the person I have to go to. Can I go to Lakshmi and say that, oh, I need knowledge, I need this and I need that? Or can I go to Saraswati, Ma Saraswati and say, okay, I need money? Now, these are two separate things. You cannot go and ask that. And that is the reason why today's chapter is all on which God to pray to, which God you can be a supplicant to, so that you can get your wishes fulfilled. So today we are going to do that. So now let us see, this is a very long verse. I am going to be doing these verses in continuation because it is all about different gods. So those who are interested, keep your ears open. If you want money, write it down in your book which God you have to pray to. If you want marriage, please write down which God you have to pray to. Because these gods are literally like agents, They are agents for a particular thing. They are maybe in charge of a department. Like if you go in any government also, like today we have the finance minister. Now finance minister is not going to handle defense. Is she going to handle defense? I don't think so. Defense is somebody else's issue. Finance is somebody else's issue. So those who are interested in finance have to go to the finance person. Those who are interested in, say, defense, they have to go to the defense person. Suppose you are interested in doing something wrong to somebody. I'm sure there are lots of people who hate somebody. I want this person to go into the gutters. I want this person to be destroyed. Isn't that how we talk normally? Our talk is always like this. Think like that. That also is going to be explained. Because not everybody is good in this world. Some people want to be with the villains. Now again, you can't say villains simply because there are two sides in a war. If there is a war, there are two sides in a war. One side, if I go on one side, they will point out all the good stuff from their side and they will say the other party is bad. If you go on this side of the war, they will say this party is bad. I'm sure you have seen the current situation in the world is exactly like this. There are lots of people who are fighting from Hamas's side. There are lots of people who are fighting from Israeli side. There are lots of people fighting from the Ukrainian side. There are lots of people fighting from the Russian side. Now both the sides are there. Each of them will have their own way of looking at the war, isn't it? So here the fulfillment is required. How this person is going to fulfill that person's desire. That means you want to kill that person. How do you do that? This is the kind of thing we live in. There are lots of these hocus pocus activities going on in this world. So we are going to learn also that. Suppose you want to be a dancer. Where do you learn dancing? Which god, goddesses that you are supposed to be, Well, there are lots of people who are looking at very beautiful girls. They want beautiful girls. They are interested in, oh, I want to go to all these websites and keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until I see some nice person and then maybe, swipe right, swipe left, all those kind of things are there. And then there are the porn sites also. You should never be a hypocrite. These things exist in this world. There are lots of these kind of things happening. Some people are interested in that as well. So we are going to learn that. So now let us do these verses. Not verse. I am going to do number of verses now. So verse 2 onwards till verse 7. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, verse 2 onwards. One who desires to be absorbed in the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence should worship the master of the Vedas, that is Lord Brahma or Brihaspati, the learned priest. One who desires powerful sex should worship the heavenly king Indradev. And one who desires good children should worship great progenitors called Prajapatis. So if you are interested in having, a great sex, then you should go and worship Indradev. If you are interested in having children, lots of children, there is Prajapati. He is in charge. They are Prajapatis. They are many of them, by the way. So let us not get into it. I'm just going to say, this is the God you need to worship. Then, One who desires good fortune should worship Durga Devi. There are lots of people in India today who worship Durga Ma. Now what is Durga Ma supposed to be? For getting good fortune. So you want to have a good fortune? Go worship Durga Ma. The superintendent of the material world. One desiring to be very powerful should worship fire god. One who aspires only after money should worship the Vasus. There are lots of people in this world, their primary concern is money, 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 money. They just keep on doing the bhajan of money, 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 money. Have you noticed? Every person, I want money, I want money, I want money, I want money. Their whole life centers around money only. So if you are interested in money, the Vasus are there. Go and worship them. One should worship the Rudra incarnation of Lord Shiva if he wants to be a great hero. You want to be a great hero, you have to go and worship Lord Shiva. One who wants a large stock of grain should worship Aditi. Now you want grains, you want a good crop and stuff like that. You have to go and worship Aditi. Aditi is the mother of Adityas, correct? One who desires to attain the heavenly planets should worship the sons of Aditi, that is Adityas. If you want to have heavenly planets, now I want to stay in some planet of, Elon Musk says, oh, there is a great planet called Mars. They have found water on the Mars. I want to go and stay there. Of course, you can go and pray to Adityas. These Adityas are in charge of putting you over there. They will say, okay, you are a good boy. I will send you to Mars. Come on, let's go. One who desires worldly kingdom should worship Vishwadev. You really want to be the king of this world. I mean, there is one person in this world who is actually interested in it. So he should pray to Vishwadev. And one who wants to be popular with the general masses of population should worship the Sadhya demigods. Yes, popularity is a very, very great thing for people, isn't it? So they should worship the Sadhya demigods. One who desires a long span of life should worship the demigods known as Ashwini Kumars. So you want to have extended life. Now you are maybe 50 years old or something like that. I want to live till 100. I want this place, Bangalore, to become a blue zone. I think many people would want that, Maybe New York City should become a blue zone. Everybody should live for 100 years over there. So when you want that, you have to go and worship the Ashwini Kumars. A person desiring strongly built body should worship the earth. The earth has to be worshipped if you are interested in becoming Alex Hermosi, or maybe Jason Momoa or one of those guys, Arnold Schwarzenegger, nice bodybuilder. And in olden times, we used to have one Tarzan called Johnny Weissmuller. I don't know how many of you will know that. He was a great Tarzan, Tarzan, Jane and all that. So then there was Dara Singh in India. Dara Singh was a great wrestler. Like that, if you go to the WWF, recently the Hulk died, isn't it? He had that mustache like this, He died, poor fellow. So anyway, if you want to become like them, then you have to pray to earth. One who desires stability in the post should worship the horizon of the earth combined. Now, there are lots of people who are in the process of losing their jobs. Their things are so unsteady in life, I don't know whether I will be having this job after a few days or no, because my boss is not happy with me, blah, 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 blah. So if you are interested in that, you have to go and worship the horizon and the earth. When the sun is setting, or the sun is rising, go and pray to the horizon. Go and do namaskara and all that every day. One who desires to be beautiful should worship the beautiful residents of the Gandharva planet. See, Gandharvas, if you remember, I had already told you, Gandharva is a planet of all the creative people. All these beautiful looking women and men in these worlds, the handsome hulks also, those who are the, Mr. India, Miss World, Miss this thing, Miss that thing. Yes, and the heroines, all the beautiful heroines and all that, they all pray to this Gandharva Loka. So there is a Gandharva king, we ought to pray to him. and then you will get a beautiful body. You are interested in a beautiful body. Now let us see. Next, I don't know, those who are not married, for them this is, or maybe if you are married and you want another wife, then it is for that. It should not be the case, but think like that. One who desires a good wife should worship the Apsaras and the Urvashis. Apsaras and Urvashis. Apsaras means what? Beautiful looking. These are the fairy type of people. They really look absolutely stunning. So you worship them. Like I had one great person in my this thing. I worship the lotus feet of my wife, he said. It was very funny, So it's in the same way, you have to worship the lotus feet of Apsaras. Okay, and Urvashi, society girls. They are basically prostitutes. Okay, so you have to worship them. Then you will get them. And the heavenly kingdom. One who desires domination over others should worship Lord Brahma. Now you want to, become a dominator. Not that dominator which you are thinking wrong. So don't think like that. Domination in the world means what? You want to be the leader among the society. You want to be the king. You want to rule over your own bosses. Hey, you sit down over there. Don't get up. Don't talk like that. You have seen that there are some very great people in this world who are bullies. Yesterday only we saw one bully, isn't it? He's bullying literally everybody at the table. Hey, you have to do this. Hey, you have to do that. That kind of a bully. There are bullies in this world. They pray to Brahmaji. So if you pray to Brahma, then you will get that. He is the head of the universe. One who desires tangible fame should worship the personality of Godhead, and one who desires a good bank balance should worship the demigods Varuna. So if you want fame, the fame comes from Sri Krishna also. So you want to become famous, go worship Krishna. And if you are interested in good bank balance, I think everybody wants a good bank balance. Everybody wants money in their bank. They want safety. Safety net has to be there. You know what safety net is, no? Yes, I have sufficient money so that I can save it for the future. I can live a very comfortable life like that. So for them, you have to worship demigod Varuna. Varuna is the sea god. You know that guy, Jason Momoa, with that spear. You tell him to worship that god from the sea. Maybe he'll help you. If one desires to be greatly learned man, he should worship Lord Shiva. So if you are interested in becoming a learned person, you have to worship Shiva. See, this whole thing has been written about demigods. Please remember this. Everything over here is demigods. All these are created gods. They are not the real God. G-O-D. No. And one desires marital relations, he should worship the wife. That is Uma Devi, which is the Lord Shiva's wife. So you want harmony in your life. Suppose you want your wife to be very docile and giving you a cup of tea and all that kind of nonsense. Then you have to go and pray to Parvati. She's Uma Devi. So you have to pray to her and you will get a good wife and the wife will get a good husband. He will be asking her, what can I do for your birthday this time? Let me buy you a fancy BMW car or something like that. Got it or no? So if you pray to Uma Devi, this is what you can get. Who is saying all these words? This is said by Sukdev. Sukdev is telling these words to Parikshit. Now the next verse, verse 8. One should worship Lord Vishnu and his devotees for spiritual advancement in knowledge and for the protection of heredity and advancement of a dynasty. One should worship the various demigods. Now this is a thing which we should understand. Spirituality. If you guys are interested in spirituality, then you have to worship, which is the God? The God is called Vishnu. So when you worship Vishnu and his devotees, then you can get into the spiritual world. So those who want to go to this Padmanabh Swami temple or Balaji temple or Pandharpur or all these Vishnu temples in India, don't go ask money over there. Okay? No visa also. Go and ask for spiritual advancement. Then only you will get it and the knowledge that goes with it. And if you are interested in having a dynasty, because every person in this world wants his son and daughter or somebody like that to become the next head of the state. Then they want their children to become the head of the state. In the same way where all the actors want their children to become actors. Then their children have to become actors. It's like a game where you want to have a dynastic rule. Like the King of England, it's a dynasty. So they have to pray to these demigods. So now we go to the next verse. Now, verse 9. One who desires domination over a kingdom or an empire should worship the Manus. One who desires victory over an enemy should worship the demons. One who desires great sense satisfaction should worship the moon. But one who desires nothing of material enjoyment should worship Sri Krishna only. Now this is the final touch over here. So you want to be a domination in this world, you want your kingdom to win over the other kingdom. So Mr. Zelensky has to be told, and even Mr. Putin has to be told, and the Israeli people have to be told, and the Hamas people, and the everybody has to be told, okay, now you want domination over your enemy, then you have to do this. Go pray to the Manus. The Manus is the first progenitor, the first person to be born. So go to pray to him and you will get what you want. One who desires victory over the enemies. This is what I was saying. Now you want victory over your enemies. Who are your enemies? Somebody who speaks against you. Somebody who goes against you. It could be your own father and mother also. You might be a grown-up person and they are not allowing you to get married to somebody that you love. What happens? They become your enemies, isn't it? Your own bosses. People are so much interested. I want to kill my boss, and all kinds of utter nonsense people talk. He's a bad person. She's a bad person. Like you see, Cruella de Vil. Like you have that kind of a person in this world. So naturally you want to do something to them. Then you have to pray to all the demons. So there are these demons. You are supposed to pray to them. And then you will be getting all the... Have you not noticed that when they do this black magic kind of a thing? All that kind of a thing. What do? They pray to these ghosts and goblins and this and that. That is what they do. So he says, you want to do that, you have to do that. Now, he says, you want sense gratification. Senses, your senses are there. Like taste, very good food, nice smells, good hearing, good seeing. Like I want to see, I want to go to a beach and watch all the bikini girls over there. Like that kind of a nonsense you want to do in your life. Or you want to have something very nice in your life. You want to see all the race cars, F1s, that race. Those kind of things. You want to go to Monte Carlo. You want to go to London. You want to go to New York. You want to see all the beautiful things in the world. You want to go to Tokyo. Waku Waku, Japan. You want to go. Everything, all right? So when you want to do all that, whom are you supposed to pray to? The moon god. So next time you look at the moon, say, no, please, Moonji, I want this. I want to go to Japan. Come on, send me there. So here Sukhdev is telling Parikshit, so if you want your desires to be fulfilled like this, which are sensual desires, moon is the god that you have to pray to. In India we do that prayer to the moon, I'm sure. You have seen those people. Those people, they will look through that sieve and see, look at the moon, I get a good husband. It's only for sensual pleasures. They are more interested in sensual pleasures than anything else, and kindly don't fall for it. But now, he says, but one who desires nothing. Now you don't want anything. See, please understand. Every desire of yours doesn't come free. You have to pay for it, sir. So if you think that you are going to get something free of charge, you are mistaken. I will ask you a very simple question. Suppose you are praying to Shiva. or you are praying to Uma Devi. You remember in the last verse we did that. I am asking you the question, you will go where after you die? So you will go to Kailasha. Do you think in Kailasha you are going to be treated like a king? Are you worthy treated like a king? Are you some god or something like that, that you can be treated like a king over there? You see, there is an assembly line over there. The moment you enter Kailasha, the first thing they will say is, oh, this is an ordinary person from this country, you know. He has not done anything in his life. He is not like Ravana who lifted the Himalayas. He is not like that. And he has made so many lingas, and you know, even with, I'm sure you have heard of the Rudravina and all those kind of things. He removed his own nerves so that you can make a Rudravina. Are you even in that category by any chance? You are just praying to Shiva, 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 and then Parvati, 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 all this kind of moon, moon, moon. I mean, that is all you have done. You have not done anything great. So you will be going in a general category. And in the general category, you become that Bhoot, Pret, Pishach over there in Kailasha. Don't think of yourself as becoming somebody great over there. Sorry, boss. If you are the boss, suppose you are the boss of some heaven, do you think an ordinary person like you is going to be sitting next to the God over there and ruling over the kingdom? Like you, there are billions and trillions. You are not worthy of sitting next to the God over there. So first and foremost, it is like all these Indian Swamijis, you know. You will see them on YouTube, you will see them everywhere, but try taking appointment with them. Do you think they will even meet you? Nobody is going to meet you. None of these great Babajis of this world are going to meet you unless and until you are some great cricketer or some great superstar. Then only they will meet you, and that too they will take some money from you, then they will meet you. Nobody meets free. So first please understand this statement. So what is this God going to do with you? He needs an army of servants, because that kingdom of his is bigger. Brahmadev's kingdom is very big. So when you go to Brahma Loka, you are going to be a servant over there, sir. You are not worthy of sitting next to Brahmaji. What great deal you have done in your life that you can become Brahmaji's, you know. Oh, come on, buddy over there. I'm sorry. Think about it. You are not allowed. And that is the reason why stop this kind of asking from gods. If you really want to be a slave in their heaven, then go and ask whatever you feel like. Today you will not understand, but after you die, you will understand when you go to their heavens. You're not going to sit on a round table over there and eat food with them. No, sorry. You'll be working in their kitchens. Got the point? So kindly never be under this impression that if you are praying to some God and he is going to grant you some great wishes. Sir, in your 50, 60, 70, 80 years of your life, you think you are worthy enough to reach the highest rung of devotion to that God? Sorry, you have been a supplicant, you have been asking, please, I want this, please, I want that, I want a good husband, I want a good wife, I want good beautiful girls. Indradev is not interested in you. And in the Gandharva Loka also, you may be a great musician, you know. You may be a great superstar musician on planet Earth. But when you go to this Loka, you are a zero person. You are a nobody. You will definitely get an entry into that country. It is like a visa given to you. So suppose you get a Schengen visa or a US visa or any Indian visa. Do you think if you get a Schengen visa, you are going to go and meet Krsna or something like that? No. Even Macron. You think Macron is going to come and say, hello sir, you got a visa to France? He is least interested in you. Why should he bother about you? You are no great sheikhs. To meet him is not so easy. In a similar manner, to meet all these gods, it's not so easy. They have a long queue of people. Like if you go to Balaji's temple in Tirupati, do you know how big a queue is there? And you don't even get a darshan, you don't even get to touch his body, nothing. You don't get anything. You get one laddu and you come out, that's it. And that is what the laddu you will eat. Ah, I went to Balaji's temple. You don't understand. This is what Sukhdev is telling Parikshit. Any idiot who is asking for something, desirous of something, I want good rank, I want good education, I want good wife, I want this. They are all going to be servants in those people's, whichever God that you are praying to. You are not going to be his friend or anything like that. He cannot keep you there as a friend because you are not worthy of his friendship. You are worthy of becoming a slave in that particular place. So one who desires nothing. So kindly don't desire anything. If you want to meet Krishna, stop this desire thing. I don't want anything from any God or anybody. I pray to Krishna because I love him. That's it. So Krishna is, but one who desires nothing of material enjoyment should worship Sri Krishna only. We go to the next verse, verse 10. A person who has broader intelligence, whether he be full of material desires, without any material desire or desiring liberation, must all means worship the supreme whole Sri Krishna only. At the end of the day, all these gods, these demigods, they will get dissolved in the Brahma at the end of the yugas. They will be reborn again at the next Manvantara. Please understand this. And that is the reason why any desire of yours, they can only fulfill it only for that reason. Think on the lines that there are lots of people who sanction somebody. Now if there is a chief minister of a place, he has sanctioned a plant, say an automobile plant in that particular place. 5 years are there, that person is there, he has sanctioned it when he is about 3 or 4 years in running. Now, at the end of the 5th year of that person, the chief minister is not re-elected back again. Is not re-elected. Then what happens to him? Then the next incumbent who comes in looks at the same thing again and says, oh, why was this plant sanctioned? Why was this plant sanctioned over there? Oh, my earlier predecessor must have taken a lot of money. So he will call that CEO of that company, you come here. How much money are you giving me? Then I will sanction you this plant, otherwise no. This is how the whole thing works. There is red tape everywhere. So any heaven that you go to, at the end of the Manvantara, a new Brahmaji comes, a new Indradev comes. That new Indradev is not going to be pally with you. So today you have Congress government, tomorrow you have BJP government, and after that you have BSP government, you have some other government. Sir, nobody cares. Like in USA, there is a Republican government, and then there is a Democrat government, and then there is a Republican. All these people make governments. One government comes, they will remove all the laws of the previous one. This government is replaced by another one, they will remove all the laws of that previous one. It is a temporary thing. So even if your wish is sanctioned, remember it is temporary, it is not permanent at all. You are never going to go anywhere. So if this life of yours, you think you have achieved something, I am sorry, you have not achieved. You have achieved zero. You may be some vice president of some company, doesn't mean anything to in the God's heaven. Got the point or no? You may be some chief minister or some minister in some cabinet. Who gives a damn to you when you go to these heavens? You are a non-entity over there. Please remember this. Okay? So, for those who want broader intelligence, but they are full of material desires, or without any material desires, or desiring liberation, they must all worship one God only. So now, In the previous verses, it was mentioned that you can worship all the gods one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. We did that. But suppose you are interested. Why would you want to worship a demigod? Why not worship the highest supreme God? Even Jesus Christ worshipped the highest God, isn't it or no? What did he say in his deathbed? When he was on the cross, did he not say, Father in heaven? So please understand. All the gods, goddesses, everybody who is there, they all report to the Supreme Lord only. So you also pray only to the Supreme Lord. Don't pray to any other God in your life, because finally they will take their pound of flesh from you. Please remember this. So we go to the next verse. All the different kinds of worshippers of multi demigods can attain the highest perfectional benediction, which is spontaneous attraction, unflinching, fixed upon the Sri Krishna only by the association of a pure devotee of the Lord. This is a very, very important verse. Now, first, in the last verse it was given, kindly stop this kind of a demigod worship. There is no point in worshipping demigods, because they are anyway not going to give you anything. And if they give you, then you are going to be their servant forever. It is like you are a sycophant of that. It is like joining a political party. Then you have to do everything the party says, whether you like it or not. You are just joining as a very simple person. You are not going to join as somebody great in that. So I hope you get that point. So what is the answer to it? The answer is very simple. You worship Sri Krishna only. Alright? Instead of worshipping all these demigods. So you can have the demigod in front of you, but don't ask him anything. Don't go to Shiva and say, I want this or I want that. Don't go to Brahmaji and say, I want this or I want that. Don't. You can pray to them, because they are a part of the coterie. So pray to them, but don't ask them anything. Now, there is a demigod, there is the greatest God of all, who is a supreme divine consciousness, who is Sri Krishna himself. He is the highest perfection in this world. He can grant any benediction that is required. Don't go to somebody's assistant. It is like going to the peon and saying, hey, can I get appointment with the boss? No. Go straight to the boss. And how do you go straight to the boss? The how do you go to the boss is written over here. You have to have spontaneous attraction. First is you got to be attracted to that God. Don't say, oh, I have to think about it. There are lots of people in this world who keep on saying, oh, I have to think about whom should I pray to? Ganesha or this one or that one or that one. Please pray to them, no problem, but don't ask them anything. Don't ask them anything. There is one tall, actor. He will go every time, he will go to that Ganesha temple over there. Why? Because Ganesha gives. The tall actor goes to this Ganesha temple because the Ganesha gives him everything. Siddhi Vinayak he call him. Sir, please understand one thing. Krishna is there. Krishna's avatar is Ganesha only. Ganesha is Krishna's avatar only. Please understand this. Pray to Ganesha also, but pray to Sri Krishna also. And how do you do that? Have unflinching devotion to Krishna. How do you have that? You are not meeting Krishna anywhere. Are you meeting any Krishna anywhere? No. You won't even meet him. So how are you supposed to meet him? By association with a pure devotee of Sri Krishna. That means the closest devotee of Krishna is there, who is called a sage or a saint. Be in close company with him. So, if you want to go to Krishna, you be with your Gurudev. Whoever is your Gurudev, just be with him. Because he is a devotee of Krishna, he will take you straight to Krishna. Nobody else can do that. This is written in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So I think we should stop over here. We have come till verse 11. So if you want to meet Krishna, then you have to be with his devotee. So we will stop over here and we will continue next.